up, Cigar Club family? Welcome back to another episode of the Cigar Club podcast. I'm Pugh, and along with me, as always, is Griff Howie. Thank you all so much for listening every week and leaving your thoughts and feedback on each episode, as we both love reading those comments. If this is your first time joining us, thank you for tuning in. The Cigar Club podcast is where we talk about all things cigars with the Cigar Club family every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern. On today's episode, we're going to be helping those out who need some gift ideas for the cigar lover in their life. Griff and I will both be sharing some gift ideas to hopefully help you out this holiday season. But before we get into it, Griff, I see you got a little toast going on there. What are you smoking today? Might not be the same thing I am.
Top of the afternoon to you, Pew. We're smoking the freshly rolled Reserva 710. This thing is days old, and you can smell it from the second that you pull it out of the cellophane.
Yeah, days old. You must be living on another planet. Because
how many days in 18 years?
Well, we can do the quick math, but this cigar...
Well, that's not quick math for me, but...
could vote. That's going to be 6,570 days old. This cigar has been maturing. It is ready to vote. But no, I'm also smoking the La Polina Reserva 710. Spoiler alert, may go into details later about this cigar, who knows. But this cigar has been aging for 18 years. That is not a joke. This cigar, minimum age in this tobacco is 18 years old. And it is incredible. We were hyped about this outside or coming out of PCA. If you paid attention to the vlogs that we did there, the podcast that we did, we talked a little bit about this cigar. It's been under wraps. It's been secret. But the official name is La Polina Reserva 710. This is only for us. You're not going to find this cigar anywhere else. And this is the first time I'm smoking it since PCA back in July. So I'm nervous that I don't want to say that it's not going to live up to the hype that I've created for it, but there's always something nerve-wracking about something that I had so high on the pedestal, revisiting it for the first time again.
This cigar is going to throw you back in time. It is leather-bound books, dusty bourbon bottles, mouse nests, spider webs. You know, I say that, but I mean, this is a old, funky cigar.
Oh, yeah.
And I am anxious to hear feedback because I know some of you will not like it whatsoever. You might take a couple puffs and toss it, which is completely fine. It's not for everybody. But we've been pretty transparent in tasting notes, and it's a very unique, very different cigar. And I think maybe the other half will like this for special occasions or to smoke something probably older than you've ever smoked before.
Yeah,
this
I'm
by
definitely
far taps it for me.
Going to smoke this cigar Christmas morning.
It is. It's an experience. It's very, very unique. It's tasting notes that you'll never get, and you probably never have gotten. And it's a dusty.
It is.
It's a dusty.
That's a great word to describe it. It is a dusty. This cigar was rolled 2004.
Yeah.
Think about that. I mean, that's wild.
Where were you in 2004? You don't have to answer that.
Well, I was in high school.
I was in elementary school.
You are a youngin'.
I'm just kidding. I don't know if I was
know
or
you
not. No, I was in elementary school.
You would have been in middle school, right?
No.
Oh, shit. Were you in, like, 5th grade?
I don't know.
I would have been a sophomore.
You're older than me, but yeah, I don't know.
Wow. Look, the gray hairs, it's, they come out during the
Yeah, it looks like you really dressed up for the occasion today.
I feel like you're being sarcastic.
A little bit, but, I mean, nice shirt. Orange and blue.
Flannel on. There was product in my hair, but the wind's going nuts. I put my contacts in. What the hell else do you want from me?
I hadn't used products since 2004.
In elementary school? I
This
mean,
thing's
at least
wild.
I'm outside. You look like in a damn cave. You got nothing going on behind you. I mean, if we're gonna get at it here, Griff, I mean, I got
my campfire set up.
You got a campfire
my foldable
going on.
table.
2
my bourbon from
ashtrays.
last.
What the hell is this?
No, 1 ashtray. 1 ashtray.
What's the thing to the right of you? What's that?
Cigars.
Oh, it looks
more.
Like an ashtray. All right.
More Reserva 710 and some Azul de Oro.
Okay.
Crown heads. But
I can forgive.
Yeah. So we're not going to talk about the Cigar All podcast, but for being so freaking old, it has, not squishy whatsoever. Super firm pack. Draw is a little bit on the tighter side. I know Sam mentioned that he had to use the perfect draw for the first third.
Mine's actually perfect. So I was nervous after his feedback that he was having some draw issues, but
this this cigar is making me crave bourbon right now.
I know. Yeah.
And I kind of think we should actually pause the podcast because I want to get some.
Pause it, baby.
Okay.
All right, folks. We're back.
Play ball.
Griff grabbed 2 different types of bourbons. Griff, tell them what you got.
Brought down a little bit of I hadn't had this actually in quite a minute. Eagle Rare store pick by My Perfect Bottle Group. No idea where it came from. I think maybe South Florida.
Never heard of them before?
Yeah. I cannot remember where it came from. But from what I recall, it's pretty good. Although I'm not the biggest Eagle Rare fan.
I'm not either. But I've actually never had an Eagle Rare pick. So maybe they drink better.
I think everything is better when it's a pick. But
sure.
I can't remember what I was going to say. And then I got a single barrel Eddie's. Russell's Reserve.
Russell's Reserve, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be. I think that's the smartest pick that you've done in a while, without just knowing what it tastes like.
This one was checked by Eddie and approved by Jimmy.
Wow.
So distilled 10/19/2011, dumped March 4th, 2021, bottled March 26th, 2021.
Did you? What was the dump date?
March
4th.
March 4th.
Does that day have any significance to you?
No.
It's my birthday. That'd be fun to get our hands on.
I'll sell it to you.
Everyone always wants like a dump date Blanton's for if their kid are born, something like that.
I've never thought about that.
Yeah, it's cool. Like I've always wanted to have a birthday or wine.
Good.
Like a wine from '89 or something like that. That'd be really cool to
I actually need to go check some of my Blanton's dump dates because that would be kind of cool. But
yeah. I'm really curious to see on how both of those picks
our
recommended pairing for this is a well-aged bourbon, just to really enhance those aged flavors that can be found in the cigar. So I haven't had it with anything that's younger like Eagle Rare.
My God.
Is it the pick?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know why. Well, I have a good chunk of it already gone, but that is really good. And I'm not a 90 proofer, but... Anyway, I think between 90 and probably 110 is probably the range you want to be in.
I wouldn't go super, super high on proof. I think it would hide the nuances and the age of the cigar. But I'm going to start us off. We're on this topic of 710. This is my first recommendation for any cigar lover in your life, or if it's yourself. And the reason being of all the other great things that we talked about it. So I'm not going to beat the horse too much here. But it's a unique cigar that you really aren't going to be able to get anywhere else. This is just for us, like I said. Sure, you can get aged cigars anywhere in terms of Fuentes or older Davidoffs. But this profile, you're going to be hard-pressed to find anything that has 18 years that's been stored 72 degrees, 72 relative humidity. It's something that you'll give them that they're not going to have in their humidor, or that that they've never smoked before.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those safe bets that it's always tough, especially when you buy anyone who's any form of an enthusiast, especially if they've been around for a while or in a hobby for a while. It's always hard to buy for them because you're not too sure what they have, what they don't have, what they need. And so this one you can comfortably buy and not worry about them having something similar or having it already. Unless they've already bought this already, in which case now they get more and they'll be happy to have more.
Yeah, I concur and continue to say it's an experience. I think
this
it would
will be
actually
Christmas Day for me.
It would be really badass if I was like in a old library or something.
Oh yeah,
like an old time cigar shop, like the Davidoff Lounge in London or something.
Yeah,
sitting down in Winston's chair.
I think that'd be. I mean, that's exactly. You described the experience that's going on in my head as I smoke this cigar.
This burn,
like I need to put on
perfect.
like the greatest of 2004 tunes and just really time capsule it back. No, yeah, it's
the burn is actually perfect.
Oh, I know the ash is beautiful. I've got, like I said, I have no draw issues. This thing is drawing exactly.
It was a hair tight when I first started, but now it's
And I would recommend. I've done straight cut both times that I've smoked this. I think I would only recommend a straight cut as opposed to a V. I think the V cut may be problematic potentially. If you do a V cut, you notice you have some draw issues. Just go ahead and chop it off with a guillotine. We're gonna get roasted again.
That word always throws you.
Straight cut.
That reminds me of when you did the little TikTok and said guillotine or however you said it and just got annihilated. Yeah. Who is this idiot? He can't even pronounce
this
cutter.
Fucking Auburn homer.
It says #cigar expert. You mean cigar idiot?
Yeah. Hey, it didn't say English major.
History major. And these flies are really starting to piss me off.
Uh-oh.
I swear, once I pour bourbon, it's like flies flock.
Really?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Whenever I light up a cigar, I get like these little, they're not bees, but they're like, I don't know what they are. They look like bees. And they love it. They just hang around.
They usually just dive bomb the bourbon, and then they have to think about what they did.
Gnats do that.
The
amount of gnats that I have to drink over the summer.
Swim in their misery.
Put out Obtainium, let them just roast.
I swear to God, when I was drinking Obtainium last time, a fly just flew over the glass and it dive bombed onto the table and lost all consciousness.
Alcohol vapors just completely thrashed him.
145 proof straight to the nostrils.
God, it's so good. I poured that from someone who was here the other week staying in our house. And I finished his night. I was like, I'm going to let you finish on this because I don't want to ruin your night. And I poured it for him. He didn't find it as smooth as we do.
Yeah, I poured the same. A buddy was in town, Troy. Shout out to Troy, Mary Teak Wood Products in St. Petersburg. And I was just watching him as he drank it, and it, it'll jolt you at first. But the first sip's always like to wake up, and then it smooths out. But
we've been drinking all night, so I was figured he'd warmed up to it. I ended up drinking his as well because I wasn't about to pour it, so I was a little toasty by the end of that. But let's kick into yours. What is your first recommendation?
What was yours?
Reserva 710.
Oh,
that's why I started with it, because we were on that train. I didn't want to circle back to it.
I see. My first gift recommendation, as you can tell, I did not.
You really thought about this one.
Yeah. It's been a crazy friggin' day. My first gift recommendation actually couldn't be on our site, doesn't have to be, but is a very nice lighter. I know that sounds very boring, but without a lighter, you cannot smoke a cigar and vice versa. I buy these lighters from Ace Hardware because I use them to light fire pits and the smoker and cigars. But up until like 3 months ago, I could not find a lighter around my house to save my life. And you're not going to get anywhere. So there are plenty of lighters online. We've got some actually really badass options on our site as well. The next, I want to order the tabletop lighter. I still need that.
I need that as well.
I think a nice tabletop lighter, and the beauty with the tabletop lighter is it's not going anywhere. So you can't lose it. Exactly. And that's why I like these, is because I'm not going to put it. This is too big for my pocket. I'm not going to leave it somewhere. So something on a larger scale in terms of lighter will help with you forgetting it or losing it. And a table lighter just looks badass. Like, just looks classy.
I agree. And like, I mean, even I don't know if I assume they sell them on their website, but like the Alec Bradley,
Mega Torch,
fucking fire extinguisher of a lighter. Mm-hmm. That's another thing that, as a cigar smoker, I feel like I could never have too many lighters, whether it be travel lighters because you end up losing them, or a stationary nice lighter that you take to just the lounge and back, or you leave it on your porch or something like that.
Yeah.
You can never have too many.
Yeah. Yeah. So as I discuss and talk this through, my first gift recommendation would be a nice tabletop lighter, or just a nice, torch. I always find I love soft flames, but every time I go to use the damn thing, it's too windy, and I'm trying to cup it, and and I know there's a whole lot of controversy on soft flames versus harder.
But if you're using a soft flame, you fill it up with the same butane that you'd fill up a torch with, so it's not.
Well, unless it's a bic, you use it and then you have to toss it. But I just find it's always windy, or there's a draft or something, and soft flame is just impossible, and I lose them. I found 3 of them behind the garbage can. That they're on the garbage can now. I'm like, where the hell did these come from? One of them's not mine. It's one of my buddies. So I'm
walking out and just hucking them and finding them later.
Yeah. So if you're giving a gift for yourself, which you should do, or to someone, I would recommend just a nice high quality refillable, ultimately, tabletop lighter. And we also do have one on our website that's sick.
Yeah, we've got a couple lighters, including a tabletop lighter, which I do agree. I need to get myself one of those because I just take out my portable lighter every time.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good recommendation, buddy.
Spur of the moment gifts by Griff. Wow,
getting flying away back here. It's a little windy. What's the temperature where you're at?
I can see that. In my undisclosed location, it's probably it's actually the nicest it's been all week. It's been a pretty dreary, cold, wet week. It is 66.
76 here.
Oh God.
It's December. It is miserable. Sure, 76 isn't hot by any means, but it's not what I want.
Cold
in December.
Yeah, maybe I should.
Makes
move.
no sense. So I'm going to transition. Number 2 is going to be a little different, and I'm going to caveat by saying this may not be for every cigar smoker, but I do find out that cigar smokers and bourbon drinkers, there is a lot of crossover. So if you are purchasing for someone who is also a bourbon drinker, I would always recommend getting a Glencairn for them. Or a set of Glencairns. Usually it's not too much more to get a set of 4 than it is 1. You can never have too many. Chances are they will drink with other people in their life, or you're like me, you go to clean it and you shatter it in your hands. You've got backups. You can find them on Amazon. You can find them directly from Glencairn. You can find them in a lot of hobby stores, liquor stores now. But they make a great gift. I feel like I personally can never have too many Glencairns, and I have tons of them now, especially after going to the Bourbon Trail. Griff, I know you're the same after coming back recently. They just make a great gift. You can, I'll have people over, we'll do tastings, and I always feel like I'm running out. So you can never have too many Glencairns, in my opinion. If they don't drink bourbon, but they drink other spirits, I drink tequila. I'll drink good rum out of them. So it's not going to be just for bourbon, but any type of high-end spirits do really well in a Glencairn type glass.
It's funny you mentioned that because, as we all know, we drink bourbon and we smoke cigars. Ramsey, I just messaged you, and I should have brought it down. It's upstairs, and I don't want to go back upstairs anymore because I'm too lazy. So if you could put it on the screen either after the video or during the video. My recommendation, a buddy of mine got this for me a year ago or 2, and it's by Aged in Ore. There's no affiliation with them. I just really love their shit. And it's called the Bottle Flight. It's $38. Yes. It comes with 4 badass, large 3-ounce bottles, TSA compliant, with a marker. You can write in the window of the
travel
bottle what it is. They all come like neoprene sleeves, or you can remove 2 of them and it has a place for a couple cigars.
I didn't know that. That's
this. Cool. Yeah, I brought this to Meg's family's beach week this past summer in Delaware, and I brought 4 bottles of random stuff, and everyone was like, what? It is really, really, really cool. Agent Ore has some awesome products, but this one called the Bottle Flight, highly recommended. 3 ounces is a lot of bourbon.
Yeah, I remember you showed that to me, and I was like, damn. And you can travel it with it in your carry-on, right?
Yep.
Can you crack them open on a plane?
Well, that's probably frowned upon, but...
Okay, yeah, I assumed as much, but...
I don't know.
I don't know.
It says TSA compliant, more info. I don't know what the more info says, but you can put 2 side by side and then a couple cigars, or it holds 4. And it now comes in red, I'm seeing, which is kind of cool, or gray. But it's awesome if you're going to a buddy's and you don't want to bring bottles, then take 12 ounces of different stuff and a couple cigars, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't know about the cigars. That's really cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah. The problem is, though, like, I'm starting to pour, and I'm like, oh, shit, I actually want to bring all 4. Yeah. I want to bring 4 total bottles, so which could lead to my number 3 or my number 4 suggestion.
Oh, Jesus. Are we going back to the one-up game? We haven't done this one-up shit in a long time.
This was actually a spur of the moment. You started talking about bourbon, and I'm like, you know what I really love? Great gift.
That is, yeah. And it's not $35, I think you said? That's like a really good dirty Santa gift, too.
Super nice. It reminds me of like a drone case. It's like that nice hard texture.
Like almost like a Pelican case?
Yeah. It's very nice. So...
Yeah, dude, that's a really good. What is it? White Elephant or Dirty Santa? Where you blind gift. That's actually a really good one.
We're going to a Christmas party next week, and he drinks bourbon. I actually might grab him one of those for a party favor thing.
Yeah, that's great.
You can put anything. You can put tequila in it. You can put wine, I guess.
Shampoo.
Yeah, you could. Why not? You could. So, Aged in Ore, check it out. Highly recommend.
God, that was a good one. So another
also,
one
it's funny when we went to the Bourbon Trail, they have a I'll tell you the product specific name. All the guys other than me brought the Neat Traveler, which is also freaking badass. Kind of blends the two together. Really nice case with a badass Glencairn and a basically you could put the sample bottle in the Glencairn. So case, Glencairn, sample bottle in that, and it's like a tube.
Nice.
For $38, and it is cool. And they all brought theirs. I'm like, I feel left out.
Wow.
But that's a newer product. And
missed that memo.
Really cool. They've just got cool crap. So check them out.
Check that out. I like that. So for my next one, number 3, apparently I got to come up with at least 4. I'm going to say, sticking on the train of not sure what they have, but you want to get them something great, I would recommend the Purito Experience box. That's a unique experience that if they've done something similar, they're still going to love the experience again. We've got a great video to go along with it where we walk you through each of the different Puritos, and then it comes with 3 full cigars as well, so you get to smoke each of the tobacco leaves that are involved in the blend, and then you've got 3 blends that you get to smoke, throughout that time.
Really
it's
cool.
Just, it's a great thing. The price, it's not, it's really a
$45
great price point. Yeah, I couldn't remember off the top of my head.
45? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think
45.
so. And just overall,
it's awesome.
You sit down, it's a great hour at least of smoking the Puritos. And then if you smoke the full cigar afterwards, obviously that adds on to it as well. But that was a fun thing. That was a really fun project, and something that I want more cigar smokers to experience. And it's for the novice. It's for the experienced cigar smoker. All it does is give you more appreciation and helps you better identify the different tobacco leaves that you're smoking. And really, I think also just to pick out flavors as well. I think it's easier sometimes to pick out flavors when you're smoking a single leaf as opposed to a full cigar.
I had a buddy over from out of town a couple months ago, and we were out on the back porch smoking cigars. He's like, I really want to learn more about cigars. And I'm like, perfect.
Got you. Yep.
I was like, instead of me blabbering about it, because I don't, know what as much as what's in the video, I was like, I actually happen to have a Purito box that I have not even gone through yet. So I was smoking another cigar, and he went through the box, and we had it up on the TV outside, and it was awesome. It's a really fun thing to do by yourself or with a couple guys, because there's so many differences in the Puritos that are supplied in that box. You will 100% taste a difference in all of them. And then to smoke the final, it reminds me of like the Aganorsa experience, smoking the little Fumas, and then finally the Cerebus. And it's just really, really a lot of fun. And the video will take you through the whole process. You can pause it if you want. Mm-hmm. But $45, it'll give you a very good explanation and sense of what's involved in a cigar and the different pieces and parts.
Yeah, and it's cool. I don't think we go into it in the video of just the how you even get to that final conclusion as well, right? Like the leaves that were landed on for that particular blend, you swap one of those out with something different and it completely changes the cigar. So that's just another little fun point.
Yeah. And you can use your tabletop lighter to light the little Puritos. These are some good little suggestions. I am now just thinking of my third product that is in my truck that is locked, and I cannot get up and get it.
You wouldn't even if the truck was unlocked.
So, it's right there. I mean, it's so close, but I used it last night, believe it or not, and I keep it in my truck. And it is more or less a hard shell, maybe 7 or 8 inches deep. Not a Pelican case, but that type of case. Yeah. Massive lock on it and some foam inserts. And that is my travel truck humidor. I have a Ziploc in there with probably 15. It actually probably has about 15 cigars in there, in a big Boveda pack, and it stays under the seat in the back, and
just in case the time hits.
Yeah, I mean, we were.
It's great.
We were for something when I was at a buddy's house, and we had a whole bunch of people over, and I was craving a cigar, and I went in, and he was like, did you bring any more? And I'm like, sure enough, I did. And I check it every month or so, and if I throw some more in there, but it's just perfect. You don't have to worry about it. It stays in the truck. Like and I mean, hell, you could throw it off the Empire State Building, and it probably wouldn't bust. It's just a hard shell plastic case.
Yeah.
We don't sell them. I don't even know what you look up, like travel case. But
yeah, travel humidor, I think.
Yeah.
I know I have a bunch of them.
It strictly stays in the truck. I don't, bring it in cigar shops or anything because there's nothing special. It's just a black box. But there's a little bit of everything. There's some Connecticut's in there, some Bonos, and it's perfect.
I like that.
You're always really stacked.
Yeah, there's been too many times where I'll go somewhere and I'll not think there was a place to smoke cigars or that I wouldn't have time, and then there ends up being time, and I'm like, well, shit.
Or, you forget about, what am I going to bring? No, you just, whatever's in there.
Whatever's in the truck.
I got some nice limited edition Le Creams and some Rodriguez in there, I think. Everything.
And then you stumble upon it, and you're like, oh, shit, I have one of these left, and then you're excited that you have one still.
Yeah. Highly recommend. They're probably like $10. And
yeah, they're not expensive.
Keep it in your truck, and
you get all different. You can get some that are like 5 cigars, 10 cigars, 50 cigars.
This thing's maybe
get a trunk
12 inches long by 6 by 6 maybe. It's perfect. I actually think it might be Sereno's.
Yeah, I bet it is. I think you told me you had one of those.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Well, you went. You came upon.
And to take it a step farther, if you're getting that for someone, load it up.
Ooh.
Get a little Ziploc bag or a nice little, airtight bag. Get a Boveda and throw some of your favorite sticks in there and give it to him or her and say, put this in your car and you don't open it until you need to.
But also, even if you're not sure if they have a humidor, they make great humidors too.
Yeah, they actually do.
I use mine to like you do. I keep it in some type of humidified bag, whether it be CigarClub bag or a Boveda bag, whatever it may be. I keep those in there because a lot of them come with like a puck where you have to add distilled water.
No.
Or you could just throw a Boveda into it, but I like having that extra, protection of the cigars and ensuring the humidity stays because they're not always airtight. Mine has foam in it, which can eat up humidity as well. So I put a bag in there, kind of double action there. So my next recommendation, I am going to go with 4. and this will be a nice little small gift that maybe you're getting one thing and you want to add on something else. We have these on our sites now, but this isn't a plug for them, and that's going to be a cigar rest. Everyone sees me use them. I have an ashtray. You are kind of
obsessed with those.
I have an ashtray right here, which the cigar's on for the moment, but as soon as I put this back down, the cigar goes back on it. I don't like resting my cigar on an ashtray because you get ash all over it. And I'm not, even though I'm not licking the wrapper per se, I don't necessarily want to have ash all over my cigar. It stays in my travel case, goes with me anywhere. At a lounge, a bar, wherever it may be. I'm going to rest my cigar on it rather than on the ashtray or the side of the table.
Yeah, you're a big fan of that. Mm-hmm. I have my own thoughts about it, but teach their own. It's a free country.
Have you used one?
No.
See, maybe that's the reason why.
And I refuse.
Ow. Got it.
No, I don't refuse.
It's a great stocking stuffer.
I put my ashtray, not my ashtray, my cigar, I'll put, have it against heat, and if it rolls, it kind of makes things interesting. Like, oh, shit,
Keep on your toes?
Yeah. Or I'll put it like on I'm drinking Diet Coke or whatever, put it on top of the Diet Coke, or put it on top of the Glen, or behind my ear. I don't need a rest.
Just let it hang. This is the classic Griff.
Yeah. Just let it dobble.
Just let it hang from the mouth.
Yeah, exactly. And then talk. Have a conversation with someone. That.
Every time I try to talk with a cigar in my mouth, they're like, you'll see in maybe like old time videos, older days, I don't know how to describe the fucking word. They'll like leave it in the side of their mouth and talk, and I'm like dying, inhaling smoke as I try to do that. And I'm like,
oh yeah,
different breed back then.
Yeah, it's not pleasant. I have a dedicated garage ashtray, and it's got 4 slits, and I just rest it right there, and I don't have a problem with it. But the rest that's on the website is actually super heavy duty and pretty badass. I need to get one of those as well. So maybe I can change my mind on. But like using it or not.
I'm gonna just dig myself a hole here. But like, what if it's like a Lancero?
Same thing.
You got to put half the Lancero in the damn ashtray, or else it's gonna fall.
No. I go.
You go on an
perpendicular. Yeah. I smoked a Kappa Especial yesterday, and it was everywhere. Put it in my pocket. Put it on the table. Behind the ear, up the hat.
Oh, that's a good look. Instead of a pencil, you just burning the cherry on your cheek.
I usually put these right here, and it'll stay on the side of my head for 5 hours, and I'll forget about it.
Where's my pen?
Yeah, exactly. For all my construction projects.
You got to have a carpenter pencil under your ear.
Oh yeah, and a tool and a measuring tape on the belt. No, but it is a fun accessory. You're big into the cigar.
It's a good stocking stuffer.
You bring your little purse everywhere you go and whip out 19 gadgets for a cigar.
I do. And you know how many heads turn?
0.
Less than I think.
Yeah. You do have a nice worn, leathered case. I do like that. So it's my turn.
It is.
And on that note, I'll pour some more bourbon.
So Eagle Rare out of 10
Eagle Rare with the cigar, awesome.
Okay, gotcha.
Because there's no strength to the cigar.
No.
So
after 18 years, it's just fully.
This is actually a really good bottle that I don't drink enough of for.
I've actually never had
it's so good.
A Russell Reserve. I have the rye, but I've never had the red label one.
Yeah. I think it was like $70 or $80, believe it or not. Kind of steep.
Yeah, I
think I got this one in Cincinnati, maybe
in Turkey, at Wild Turkey. But
yeah, well, look at you.
Beautiful bottle. I've heard really good things about some of those picks.
Yeah, I mean, really, let's give it a whirl here.
I would love to get my hands on the blue label now, the 13-year-old Rickhouse.
Oh yeah, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
No. Well, the 13-year is the blue label. The Rickhouse, single Rickhouse, is like a dark gray.
Gotcha. They're 2 different things.
They had them at Turkey when we were there. My God, it was like $30 or $40 a pour. Like, no, I'm not that excited about it. I'd rather drink the 13-year. But I think my local shop down in Pensacola got them, and I think they're like $220.
Oh God, I didn't know they were that much.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh.
But I think MSRP for the 13 is like 170, so I don't know. But
that's a lot. For some reason, I was like, it was like 125, 150.
I thought Seville said 220 for that bottle, but it could have been a different one. Fourth gift.
Yeah, why not? Which gift?
Well, I'm trying to cover all options here. I got your travel humidor for your truck or your car. I got your tabletop lighter or regular torch lighter. Mm-hmm. As much as I am 50-50 on using a cutter, either I'll thumb it or cut it, I suggest a nice quality cutter. And it's the whole package. Get someone a nice lighter, cutter, some cigars. You really don't need more than that. But a nice cutter. I am fortunate enough to use freebies, and they're all Cigars, which is nice. This is AJ Fernandez. But I think these Cigars are the best. And it's like the XI7 maybe, or
XI2 maybe?
Doesn't say. XI just says, I guess. But we also have a cheaper alternative on the website. It's basically a Cigar.
More or less the same style.
Exactly. And I don't know. I find that if you do get a nice cutter, you tend to keep tabs on it a little bit better, and you won't lose it. So if you cut your cigars, I mean, obviously this is straight guillotine. I don't do anything else because I'm not that fancy, but it's just classic.
Yeah. A lighter tends to be just a lighter the more money that you pay.
Yeah.
Whereas a good cutter, the blades are going to stay sharper longer. So there is somewhat of an investment into it. Now, these aren't like $80, $90 per se. I mean, you can get some that are that much, but a good cutter will have better blades as opposed to, some of the free ones that you can get at your local brick and mortar. They're going to dull after a couple months and I think you can even send these back to Cigar if you pay
I was going to say that.
Just like shipping, and I think they'll re-sharpen them for you.
Filling up.
So a little bit for the solo flame, and then a little bit for you. You're going to take a little hit of that rubbing alcohol?
Yeah, it'll get me going, won't it?
Yeah, tell us how the pairing of that tastes.
This is also kind of a really
fire
cool
hazard,
gift.
Dangerous?
Yeah, I mean, this thing gets hot. I can hear it boiling the alcohol. I can't think of the name of the company, but if you just like Google cement tabletop fireplaces or little thing, really cool. Holy shit!
Get in there.
Ooh, it almost got me.
All right.
It usually doesn't light that quick, but it's cool. Last year I had it inside in our living room, and it was like nice little ambiance feature. But
it's pretty. It
puts out some heat. I'm not using it for heat. I'm just using it to be fancy.
Cute. I was about to say it looks cute, Griff. You're gonna hate that.
This thing's like 20 pounds.
Really?
Like a legit piece of cement.
You don't want it to pop and explode on you.
Yeah, I can't think of the name, but really cool little aesthetic pieces.
I like it.
So this is amazing.
Eagle Rare or that?
This because it's also it's more my proof point.
True,
but it's 110 I think, and it drinks like 100.
And I'm thinking just the Wild Turkey profile itself,
I
think lends really well to what this cigar brings to the table.
A dusty turkey with this would be killer.
Oh, I was thinking it, and I wasn't even going to say it just because it's not something that most people have. I mean, I certainly have never. That would be a dream.
It's
maybe 2023 podcast budget. We
mushroom.
We go in for a dusty bottle.
Mushroom and fungus.
Mm-hmm. It's barnyard. It's mushroom. It's umami. It's old dusty leather.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
pretty wild.
It is. I imagine if I walked into like a really old abbey.
Yeah.
This would be what it would smell like.
I think downtown.
Ramsey had a really good description of it. So props to Ramsey for it. He said it reminds him of walking into a rainforest cafe or like an old Disney ride that has like misting water or waterfalls. At least when you smell the cigar, maybe not actually smoking it, but the footnote of the cigar before you light it up reminds him of that, and I think that's spot on.
That's actually really interesting.
Yeah.
The Rainforest Cafe I don't get, but the second one,
it's the same thing. Rainforest, when you walk in, if you've never been to one, they have like a waterfall and a pond to splash in everywhere. And
that's That's actually really interesting. Yeah, we're really interested. I mean, again, this is 100% for some people and 100% not for you. It's not your traditional, typical cigar. It is something completely different. And I think the second you take it out of the cellophane and smell it, you will know that it's quite aged. And the second you take your first puff, you are going to be like, golly, this puppy's been sitting for however many days, 6,000 days.
Yeah. Well, we have, as always, question of the show. This comes from sadboy_Sabin. If you were a betting man, what cigar would you put on the line that you think most everyone would be able to pull a note/taste of, or taste out of? No infused cigar. So I think...
Oh, interesting question.
If you had a cigar like, okay, this cigar is chocolate, and it's very easy to get chocolate out of it, or cinnamon, it's easily distinguishable flavor from a cigar.
Wow, great question.
Yeah, I got to think about that one.
Sabin.
I
have one, but also this cigar that we're smoking right now.
Yeah.
The definition of earthy, mushroomy, umami. You'll definitely get it.
Yeah.
I'd bet you
$10,000. I'm trying to think of one that I haven't used before.
I will also say Rodriguez 84 Maduro. If you smoke that, nonetheless, if you smell that and you don't smell chocolate, then you've got something wrong with your nose, or you got to deviate. It's up to
weird chocolate.
Yeah, that's last time I smelled that cigar. I've got a couple in there that I've had for a couple of years now. I've never smelled a cigar like that. Really? It smells like legit chocolate chip cookies or brownies or Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. It is incredible. And you smoke it, you're gonna get chocolate notes as well. I would guarantee money on that.
I like it. I would go Sereno Wayfarer for graham cracker. And then and this is one that I use all the time, but it's there for a reason. Principal Accomplice, Principal Classic Lancero. Accomplice Classic Ricino. The white band, that is marshmallow all day for me.
Yeah. I would also, if you want, great transitions, pepper to cream, warped GR88 is classic.
That is your
pepper and spice to creamy, just Nicaraguan goodness. Yeah, that's GR88's classic.
Great. That's a good one. Well, hell, we've got 2 episodes left of the year. I can't believe 2022 is coming to a close. We're going to be doing, to me, my favorite episodes of the year, and that's going to be our top cigars of 2022, as well as your top cigars from 2022. I think we've only missed maybe 1 or 2 weeks just to...
Yeah.
We've... It's been a good year.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. Crazy.
Yeah.
But let's do a giveaway. And...
My neighbors probably think I'm so creepy.
Oh, yeah. I sit out there you're at least backs to the wall when I sit in the garage. The few times I've done, I'm right in the middle. I'm facing outwards. Everyone's getting the up short shot.
Yeah, that's weird.
All the great angles. Let us know in the comments below, what is the cigar gift that you want to receive this year? We'll select from the winners below. What do we want to give away? I want to give away something.
How about we give away a tabletop lighter?
Let's do it. That's a good one. We'll select from the winners below. Let us know what the cigar gift you want to receive this year for the holidays.
It's a damn good gift, so leave a nice comment.
Good comment, and we will select from the winner and send you one of our new tabletop lighters.
Yeah, they're really nice. So, choose your words wisely.
Griff's going to be picking, and he's going to select the best answer. So,
yeah,
you got to put thought into it. He's not a pushover. It's not going to be a random generator.
Also, if you didn't watch the 6-minute Miami vlog, go watch it because Ramsey did a killer job, and My wife watched it yesterday randomly, and was like, I don't know, it just felt like I was kind of there. I'm like, oh, wow. Well, props to Ramsey for doing his job.
Yeah, my parents watched it last night at like 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. I'm trying to fall asleep, and they're just texting me, and I'm like, all right, I'm trying to fall asleep here. But no, that video turned out amazing. And I can't wait to see the recap, the vlog from our Mexico trip a few weeks ago. That's going to be exciting, and different tone for that one.
Different tone.
Much different tone. A lot more libations were had in Mexico.
No burning of the hands.
Oh, from the hot door?
Or golf. No golf.
Yeah, I like that he cut out the part where you said I had the best swing out of all of us who participated there.
I didn't say that.
You did. It was a compliment.
If you listen hardly, it's right before you swing. Is like you'll probably break a hip. I don't know if you heard that.
I did, and I'm glad he included, because he could have left out where I make great contact with the ball. Great follow through. We got to work on the backswing a little bit. I don't really know how to get it up there.
Actually, from what I recall, Ramsey's swing was the best.
No, you said it was me.
Well, you missed the first time. Bradley barely made contact the first time. I made great contact the first time, probably 600 yards, hole in one probably.
Yeah, take the old wedge out for 600. Your game's real weird. You don't need a set of clubs. You just need the pitching wedge and a putter.
No, Tiger's got nothing on me.
It's true.
Tiger Schmeiger.
Yeah, who? Yeah, what does he have to show for it?
Yeah, I just decline the tournaments that I get invited to.
Well, we gotta pick cigars. We got a business to run, so you don't have time to tee up at the Masters.
Exactly,
makes sense. Mm-hmm. Well, this was great. Thank you again for joining us. We've got 2 episodes left this year, so stay tuned for those, and to see what our top cigars of 2022 are, and the top cigars that y'all have rated for 2022. But until next time, if you haven't already, grab yourself, treat someone in your life to the Reserve 710. I know I'm about to finish this cigar. Normally I don't finish cigar after podcasts because I'm tapped out, but this bad boy is getting nubbed, and looking forward to see what your Griff. I'm going to have to ask you prior to the next podcast episode. You're going to have to put a little work into it to come up with your top 10.
Oh, I know. I actually was kind of worried that was this podcast, and I'm like, oh god, this is going to be a doozy.
No, I would have warned you.
I need to really think about that, because I have not put together my list yet. So
I have not either, and normally I'm better at it. But at least I took all photos, or a bunch of photos this year to go back and look at. So
yeah, I didn't. But
so just for the record, it'll be new to you or new cigars from 2022. So it could be, if you never smoked GR88 before, but you smoked it this year. That counts.
I've already got some in the pipe.
Attaboy. I think I know it. I would be shocked. I think I probably can name 2 or 3 of your top 5. So I'll be curious to see if those are on there.
We will see.
We will. Well, until next time, everyone, happy smoking.
Cheers, and smoke something good, damn it.